What's up YouTube, my name is TheLazyTryhard, and today we will be continuing our libgdx tutorial series, and today I thought we would go over this concept called screens. Now, when you think of a screen, you think of, kind of like just a monitor. The screen that I'm talking about is like menus. So you have like a main menu, you can have like a high score menu for like a certain game. You can have like a settings screen, all those different kind of screens that basically have different UI elements that I have been teaching you guys, like labels, buttons, images, whatever you want to put in it. So today that's what I thought we'd go over, and basically what we're going to be doing is creating a main menu screen, and it's going to be really shoddy and really poopy, but it's going to work, and it's going to show you guys how to implement different screens and how to position different elements so that you can make your own at home. So I'm again just going to transform this tutorial Java in this thing into a beautiful main menu and then a play screen which actually has our gameplay. So we'll have one screen that has the labels and the button, and then another screen that has the actual Pac-Man guy eating my guy and the trees. So to do that, we first have to change this implements to extends game, because it's going to be a game. It's gonna have, like, that's the only way we can move between screens, and because we have this method called set screen, and then it takes a screen, which we can only do if we extend game. So we're also gonna have to create a game to pass into these different main menus, because the menu itself cannot go into another menu. It has to go through this thing called a game. So again, don't worry about it. The only thing you have to know is there's this setting called game. I can't really do it in here. If you go in here, and I'm just showing you guys game.setScreen, this is the menu we're going to use to call on a new screen that we're going to make. So to get started, we're going to have to, oh my gosh, it's so much tabbing, is we're going to have to create two screens. We're going to have a main menu, and we're going to have a play screen. So we're going to have a main menu, and I'm going to start off with that. And this is going to have to implement screen, and you're going to have to import that, and you're going to have to add unimplemented menus. And you see this, you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? Well, this is all, these are all the methods that are going to be used to make the screen look the way it is. The show method's basically like the create method. You just initialize everything here. The render is just like what you rendered and what you want to keep updating. Resize is kind of the same thing, but it kind of deals with like resizing and stuff. When you resize like a window or whatever, pause, resume, you guys know all that. So what we're going to want to do right now is we're going to take all of the UI elements that we have, and we're going to cut them. So stage to skin, we're going to go there, and we're going to place them in here, because these are all the UI elements we want to implement within the menu. So we're going to need a lot of errors. When you get that first error, that's when you're going to want to copy and paste. So you're going to cut this, and you're going to put that in the show method, because that's the equivalent of the create method. And you're only going to get one error, and that's going to be because we don't have a player, because it's just a screen. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. And then we're going to have to get rid of the stage.act and the stage.draw, and we're going to have to do it within this main menu. So we're going to have to make a couple of modifications. We're going to have to make another sprite batch, and just call it batch. And you're going to have to initialize it after you import it, obviously. And you can just put it like at the end here, batch equals new sprite batch, and you're going to go into your render method, and you're going to do batch.begin, batch.end, and you're going to do stage.draw. You're just going to you just copy it, you're just moving the methods over, and then to stage.act. So again, we've been over what those two things mean, so that shouldn't be new territory for you guys, I hope. If not, again, I can re-explain it in the comments if you have questions. And then you're going to want to copy these two lines. This just deals with like clearing out the screen once you've done all the drawing, so that should be good. If we do it right now, we just have the gameplay right now. So this is all we want, because these are the guys that are going to be that's what's going to go on the play screen. So if we want to look at the main menu right now, what we're going to want to do, and this is going to look kind of messy, I'm going to fix it up, but on this on create, you're going to go to set screen, and it's going to take a new screen. It's going to take a new main menu screen, and it's going to take the game, because that's what we need to continue to go through the screens. Well, we don't have a constructor with that, so what you're going to want to do is create that constructor. So public main menu, it's going to take a game, and this dot game equals game, but we have to initialize it, or we have to add it to the universal variables, and import that, and it should all be good. Woohoo! Main, play that, and nothing happens because we've already initialized all this stuff. Oh, I know why. It's stupid, but we have to first put all this stuff in the play screen as well. So don't get freaked out. I kind of went off book right there just to see if it would work. Apologize. So this is also going to have to implement screen, and you're going to have to import that, and you're going to have to implement all the unimplemented methods, and you're going to literally just copy paste everything except for the game. We need that in the other thing. So there you go, and copy all that stuff to there, and you're going to put that in the, the show method. And again, this code will be online. I don't like if you guys just take my code and copy and paste it, but again, I'm going really fast for this, and if you can't keep up, don't worry about it. Actually, we don't really need anything for we don't really need those 2 lines in there, so put all the lines of code that you have left in the render method, and that should be the last. Oh, you have the dispose, which goes in the play screen. And again, this play screen is basically where all the game logic, all that game stuff goes. So just keep that in mind. Oh, that looks so ugly. Where are my tabs? There we go. Much better. So now we play it, and we're going to get a blank screen. It's oh crap, what do we do? No. Well, okay. Oh, this looks so awful. There we go. You know what? Just do the whole thing. There we go. Much better. But on this onCreate, you're going to want to do the following. You want to set screen to new main menu and pass in the game. Like I said, we've done this before, but now it's going to work because we're going to call this thing called super.render. That's just with the game class. That just means it renders everything that's below in terms of inheritance and whatnot. Don't worry about it. Just put that line in there, and that line basically means it's going to render whatever is supposed to be rendered. So we have our beautiful main menu right now. That's absolutely abysmal, but we're going to make it work. So that's what that's basically rendering what this screen has. So we're just going to change a couple things up really quickly before. One, we're going to want to change this to this listener. So when the user taps on it, we want to game.set screen to new play screen, and then we're going to pass in the game, and that's going to be what the frick, because we haven't made that constructor for it. So we have to create the constructor right now, and public play screen is going to take in a game. It's basically the same thing as the main menu. This dot game equals game, and game import, and it should work, and it's going to like it now. So if we do it right now, we're going to click that, and we're going to get a null pointer. Where are we in that null pointer at? Right there. Oh, is it because we haven't check? You know what? We'll figure that out later. Hopefully I'll find it when we're doing this. But we're going to change this to play, so it looks all beautiful and stuff. But what else do we have to do? Oh yeah, let's change the button. So the if you want to manipulate where an object is, you do button. Well, for a button, obviously, button with 2 T's. Dot set width. Let's set the width to, and again, when you're setting the width, you want to do it to. You don't want to do it to a constant, just because there's so many different resolutions for an Android device that you can't. If you do a really big one for a really big pixel, say 1,000. Well, that's not going to fit on a Razor or something or whatever they're using. So do like gdx.graphics.get width, and that gets the whole width of the entire phone, and it like it just like it looks better. It'll look the same on every device. It's a little more, you have to take a little more thought into it, but ultimately like it'll be the same on every screen. So let's do the same for set height and gdx.graphics.get height, and we're going to do that. Let's do divided by 6. So if we do that, it should look pretty dang beautiful. That's our play button, but it's like in the bottom left corner. So how do we change it? So you do button.set position, and this is going to take, again, just follow me here. So we're going to do gdx.graphics.get width divided by 2. So that'll put it in the center, right? That'll put it in the center right now. So if we do, I'm just going to really walk through this with you guys really slowly. So if we do that right now, it's going to be like in the middle, that's the middle, but it's going to be skewed. So we have to move halfway between the button. Like we have to move this distance to get it completely centered. So to do that, you do gdx.graphics. Actually, no, you do, I'm sorry, button.get width divided by 2. You subtract it from that. So now we should have a perfectly good looking button that's in the middle of the X. Works perfectly, right? Awesome. So we do the same with the Y. So actually we can just copy this line because it's literally the same. We just got to change it to get width and get height, or get height and get height. Okay. And we got a perfectly good looking button. So let's change the label as well. Excuse me. The label is also, we've already set the position before, but let's set it to, this labels are a little weird, because let's keep the height there, because you don't really know the length because it's a bunch of characters, so I'm not sure if there's like a label dot get. Okay, there I guess there is. So let's do set position gdx.graphics.get width divided by 2, and put that all in parentheses. No, that parentheses. Gosh, idiot. Minus label.get width divided by 2. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, it didn't work. Stupid. But for right now, just like you can position it as best as you want. Again, it's gonna take a little theory or whatever. And now it's gone. What the frick? We're just, you know what? 50. I don't really want to get in the. Where did you go? Oh, that's why it didn't work. I set it to the height. So when you're drawing a label, it'll draw it from the bottom left corner up. So we'd have to do like it's up there. I want to see label.get height would work, because that'll put it directly on the bottom. Yep, awesome. Wow, that looks beautiful. So we do that. We still have that null pointer exception, which is really pissing me off. So we totally just forgot to initialize the game. We have to initialize it to this, which is the tutorial, which extends game, which makes this tutorial class a game. So once we do that, I don't know why it worked for this one, because we set the screen and it worked completely fine. We didn't get a null pointer. So now it'll work. So we have this beautiful layout, and we hit screen. We hit the play button, and we actually get the button. So we don't really have like a button that lets us go back yet. You guys can figure that on your own, but that's about it in terms of screens. If you guys want some more pointers or some more UI elements, I'm totally down to doing that. I go back for college tomorrow, unfortunately, so it'll have to be another week and a half, I think. I have finals. I have a week of school, and then a week of finals, which should end around Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how douchey my professors are. So, you know, I apologize for this inconsistency, guys. Once it gets to winter, I have a huge new project that I've been working on at school that I'm going to show you guys how to do, and hopefully we can get an app developed for the Android market, and I can like show you guys, like it's a really cool process because it'll have you guys involved as well. But until then, I'm sorry to leave you hanging like that, but just trust me, I will be back, and I love you guys, and again, thank you so much for the 500. Again, never in my wildest dreams did I expect that. So I love y'all's support. I love you all, and I'll see you guys later.